Hi guys, so this is part 5, sorry. And in this part, we will be doing the integration for Copilot Kit. I think the last part, I started with that, but there are a lot of errors. So I thought of doing the research again in relation to Copilot Kit, how to integrate it into React and how to use it. And I think it has changed a lot from the last time I used it. The version one was not that good. Now it is really that good. So in this part, we will use Copilot Kit to integrate our add-in, which is of PowerPoint, and we will then use it to manipulate PowerPoint slides. Okay. So, okay, my hairs are looking bad. 1 minute. Okay. So, if I go into my um, screen, I have deleted mostly everything from the last time, and now we will doing a fresh integration of Copilot Kit. This Copilot Kit that I had earlier, I think this is something I wanna be not be using it or might use it a little bit. But at the moment, at this is something I'm might not be using it. So for that, uh, what I'm thinking is, if we go to the index now, I'm starting with test pilot because I will be first doing test, and once that is done, we will be completing this part. Now, one thing is, okay. So domain is not required now. I will use say user ID here. Change this to why this it's user ID. Yeah. So changing few things here. Let me just do this. Test pilot. Let's go to props. Cool. And class name is fine. Yeah. So this time I will do a complete implementation and also the backend because I think they have changed a lot of things now. So let me just remove this. Okay. Let me restart this dev server. Let's go to our presentation. Let's go to banana AI image. It's not loading. It's still loading. Okay. There's nothing on console. Okay. Slide headers UID. Okay, let me delete the storage here. Let me just delete this entire thing like this. Okay. Reload, signing in. Yeah. Cool. So we have the starting point. So what I'm gonna do is just close this. This is the debugger they have made, and this is our main UI that we can use. Now they also said that you don't need this from now on. So I'm gonna remove the CSS. Nothing happened. Let's just again. Okay, still nothing. Okay, I am not sure. Let's go to their documentation. Okay, this is the documentation they have. I wouldn't say this is the most high class in documentation. They have done good, but I think they should have given more examples and a little more context for users to use this. Otherwise, it's very difficult to know what exactly they are trying to tell here. So they are saying now they have okay, let's go to quick start from scratch. You have a use an existing Python project setup. You can use UV. I'm using JavaScript. Create. Okay. UV add. Okay, let's just go to from scratch npm install run dev this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is let's just for the sake of getting the information, I will say okay, create this with long graph JS. Okay, let's just do this. Npm install OpenAI key. The start driver is configured to you OpenAI ChatGPT by default. Your by default run npm run dev. Your agent is now ready to use. Ask some questions, troubleshooting. This. Button implanter. You will use utilize shade state. Add some generative UI. Output in the UI. Set the front end actions. Okay. What is your project name? Slide hero and graph. Okay, you are all set. Where did it go? Created. Okay, this is the one. Let's just say we're gonna go here and do a code. Okay. Let's go to app. Now they have agent here. They have web part here, which is now they have turbo. I think this is like a Next.js kind of a thing they're using. That's why they have turbo. CLI they have package turbo. Web I am not concerned. Langgraph.js JSON. Okay, let's just put this in our main backend that we are using currently. Let's just put it here for the time being. In the package.json, they have HTML to text type nodes. They have Copilot kit SDK.js. Let's just go to our main one. Okay, we have Azure. We have runtime, but we don't have long graph. Let's just take this checkpoint, OpenAI checkpoint. Let's just also include Zod. Okay, and let's do an npm I and install this. Okay, let's go to this. It says index.tss blank agent. Okay, state define the workflow graph. Add node, chat node, tool node, start node, edge, chat node. Memory is equal to memory. Graph is equal to this. Ah, now where is this index.ts gone? Tool, pre-build tool, AI message, system message, memory saver, start, or chat, open AI, import. Okay, let's just copy this here from here to, let's create a graph. Let's just put agent dot js. I will say this everything is fine. Constant root is this. Export type agent state. This. Enable config temperature chart model tools. Last message dot tool calls. Okay, where is Copilot in this? Okay, conversation actions to dynamic structure tools. Copilot kit state annotation. Mhm. Okay, like if I go into use part, this is fine. Display messages, show running status, working with state, uploading state, subscribing to agent events, rendering tool calls, complete dashboard, handling long graph interrupts, custom interrupt UI, chat with an agent. Let's go to here. Let's go to agent.ts. Memory saver. Memory saver. We have Copilot kit middleware. So there's no Copilot kit middleware. SDK JS. So we should have Copilot. So there be dependency while resolving this found launcher from the rootback and resolve dependency launcher from Copilot. This and this. Okay. Uh, where is my package.json? So we definitely need this. Let's just remove this. Okay, let's just remove this. Let's say npm zod. We need zod here definitely. I'll resolve in Copilot next time. npm I Copilot SDK.js. Yeah, so it's a problem. Zod here. 3.2.5 from SDK, 1.5.1, 3.2, 3.8, 3. Let's just use 3.25. Okay. Oh, it's taking so much time. Okay. Copilot Git runtime. I think we don't need Copilot Git runtime now. That's my guess. We're gonna be using long graph. If I just put this directly here, it should ideally work, which is this Copilot Git runtime. And where is this SDKJS they are doing? Let's just put here. Yeah, I think this is the reason that. So I'm not able to install this part, but let's just put core checkpoint OpenAI. Let me install this. Checkpoint OpenAI. Yeah, now it works. Let's just go here. Yeah, it is working fine if I just give it directly. Now if I try to install functions, Copilot chart, if I go to this Copilot Git runtime, I don't think it will install. Yeah. Okay. So it's either of the two. Okay. And let's go here. Visiting chat user always certain variety of ways you can get how to use it. Copilot chat is there. Create agent. I think I just should give it to let me tell me how to use LangGraph in this Azure function, like in Copilot chat based on agent.ts. Let's just give this to okay, let's just wait. found you already have an issue on backend and slide hero. Copilot runtime to connect to the long-term deployment. Next, I will select that route and show the same pattern in OK. Slide hero says agent. I don't know how it managed to do this. Like I cannot see index.js. It's all empty. Okay, it's installing Copilot Kit runtime and Copilot Kit runtime, but I think it doesn't install. Let's just wait. Yeah, could not resolve this launching community. Okay, it did something in our package.json long chain community and runtime. Okay, still an error. It has gone to OpenAI 4.62. I think 4.62 doesn't have responses. That's my understanding. Okay, it worked. If we just ignore the peer dependencies, let's just wait for this to change. So at the moment, it's just very plain code. Nothing here. And just this. Okay, let's wait. Okay, I wired up your backend, corporate states in the function delegates chat request to agent that talks to a long deployment. What I wired in your backend, I did an option launcher path incorporate request type is equal to chat users is enabled. It creates and handles the request via route updated so that the backend can actually install to run it in the graph ID starter agent per long graph locally no browser configure the function or your deployed URL launcher starter agent defaults to starter agent turn it on your record button on your snipped your sketch isn't the integration copilot expects and this is your flow the copilot is kit run garbage here is if you want you can also do the front end request code to automatically use set use long graph and break the starter agent when chatting. Okay, let's go to our backend. I think let's go here and let me close this. Let me restart this so that I'm sure it's working. Okay, 1 minute. Extensions launch dot function start. Pause deployment task. Function depends on npm install. Install functions. Command was start. Oh, 1 second. This is the one, so I need to change this. Legacy peer depths. Okay, let's just start this again. Okay, it will not work because it's stuck. Let's go to backend again. Yeah, so it will be a legacy peer depths. Now this is done. Now this is working. Seems like working fine. Now let's just go to HTTP 7071 and let me copy this. Let's go here in our add-in and let's just go to envs and restart this thing. Let's go here now. And it's just to reload. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, backend. This is SRC task pane index. And let me just put this back and do a reload. Okay, still nothing. Let me just reload the PPT also. Microsoft PowerPoint. Still nothing. So let's run the dev server again. Hopefully it should work now. Nothing. Test Copilot. There's nothing in the console. I don't see anything. Let's just say one more thing here. Nothing. Let's just remove this. Man, why? Haven't seen anything. Nothing. It says index.js const app router. Let's just do this. Module is there. I don't see any problem. Let's go to web, src, global. They have team width. They have the same thing here, but they have React core, which is fine. We have the same thing here. I'm not seeing anything. Let me restart PowerPoint entirely. Let's just take a blank presentation. Let's go here. No, nothing. It says this is Jyotha. I think this is because of the local storage that I'm seeing this. Let's just use slide hero user ID. Let me also remove this. Let's just change here. Let's just change in the storage. And okay, now let's reload. Yeah, now we see it. Okay, cool. I think that was the problem. Where is index.js now? Index.jsx. Let me just remove this and uncomment this. Yeah, finally. Okay, so we have Copilot now. Let's see if this is connected. It's not connecting. Let's go to here, console. Let's go reload. Default not found for runtime second children. Yeah, no agents registered. Yeah, agent execution failed. Copilot. Okay. I think what they say now is you have to use. Let's go to our backend. And backend is also quite messy. Let me just this. Use long graph. Okay, so it says that you have to provide a property long graph being equal to true. Okay, let's just do a test file. Let's just go to properties here. User ID is this. Let's just do Leon is equal to true. Copilot. Let me check if this is correct. Properties. Oh, 1 second. Nothing happened. Pilot properties. Just do a reload. Okay. It says it's connecting. Let's go to network tab. And nothing is happening. So most likely it's failing. Hang on, it sent multiple requests, but nothing worked. Let's just do a reload. That's not working. Yeah, it's sending multiple requests, so it's nothing is working. I think I will ask I will ask the Claude to help me in this because there's nothing as a documentation also. Check why the um, check why the agent in Copilot chat .js not working with test pilot.jsx. By the way, while they do this, let's just go to their lang graph. 1 second. While this is happening, let's go to our functions, Copilot chat. So this is lang graph agent. Feature request, Copilot. What is the feature request they're asking for? You are triggered Copilot by message. They have node here. Mm. Copilot runtime on Python server, Python. We are using JavaScript. nothing. Provider to the how to configure provider to the longer AGI unit agent. Sorry, again this is Python. If we are not able to do it using JavaScript, we might have to use Python. Then okay, they have this. This guy is doing express, which is import. This is fine. Note we are using this. He's saying experimental empty adapter. If you use this, so runtime changes real deployment URL. Okay. Langsmith is used in long-term platform deployments. Graph ID is the same as the agent name. Okay. Runtime start at the endpoint with use express handler Node.js express setup example. Okay. Next page is our node http. Let's just see this one. Index.ts. And saying built-in agent. This is without langgraph. They don't have langgraph in this. This is version 2. Examples Node Express. Sassy index.tx. Create Copilot endpoint single root express. Again, they don't have langgraph in this one. Why do you don't provide examples of this? Let's check this pages router. Page.jsx. This is front end. Here is back end. Just a waste. Okay, let's wait for this. If this even works, let's see. They are using built-in agent, not the langgraph one, but they provide their documentation with langgraph. I don't know how this really works. Agentic chat graph. Module not found. Okay, let's wait. This if this even works. Copilot gets state annotation. Yeah, so basically we have to use this langgraph agent. What is agent.js? Okay, this is the one that we had. Runnable config. Okay, graph is okay, true. Look, something is happening. Issue is wait. What did you fix? And added agent starter kit. Fix to agent added and how to start run the backend. Run the start the. Okay, we have to use this differently. Can't we use the. Oh yeah, why do we have to use this? The CLI thing, dev port 883. No, do we need to use when we are already using the Azure function? The user is asking great question. Thank you. Now what? What? Yes, you are. I don't need a separate. As I designed for connecting to external world, you can run the graph directly inside here. Here is a simpler invoking the graph without extra server. Thank you, man. Like seriously, you could have done that. Okay. Let's wait for this. What's doing? Okay, you can also remove the URL. Yeah, thank you. It's not reading. Now just do npm domain, just do npm and start. Okay. So I will go to my backend. This is my backend. Let's just close this and let's just do reload again. Okay, let's go Copilot chat. Let's go to PowerPoint. Let's just do a reload. Nothing is happening. Let's go to console. I think I was better off earlier without using LangGraph. Let's just put this here and ask directly inside user when layer is set to 2. But I've already put it LangGraph true. Let's do one thing. Let's just do a reload. It's not even triggered. No, 1 second. Let's go to Copilot chat. Let's just put a breakpoint here. Let's just do a reload. Nothing is happening. Let's just put a reload here. Nothing is happening. Use Copilot and expose the graph only via this. Okay, this thing somehow triggered. Okay, use lang graph. What is low? Use lang graph. Why this use lang graph is false. Request JSON body. Yes, request JSON body. Okay, let's go to run ID forward props. Okay. I think it was body forward props. Yeah, so I need to change these. I think they have changed few things. Request JSON. So this has to be changed. Metadata. This has to be changed. Forward props. Okay. Let me just remove this breakpoint. Let me just put the breakpoint here. Restart the backend because it will not work otherwise. Debug. Okay, let's just do a reload. So use lang graph. Yeah, use lang graph is true. Let me just remove this breakpoint. It says 500. And user failed. Let's go here. Internal server error. Okay. Let's just give it to. I'm getting an error of 500 in the backend when using the Copilot kit with lang graph being true. That's fine. I don't even know what these errors are. That WebSocket errors and these. See, the agent is still looking for default because experimentally requires agents to be registered. The problem is my custom SSE response doesn't follow our expected protocol. The resolution for process long is we not use Copilot's runtime at all for the longer part. Just handle the request directly and return a problem. Let me check the request type. I I don't know. I can maybe we can remove the long graph adapter and use directly the way it was before. That's my I think Landgraph has made it more difficult to debug. Use Landgraph in the runtime. For now, you're able for the existing Opus kernel. Let me know if you want to implement it proper. Yeah, I think it will not work with the same thing that we are doing. Mm-hmm. Chat vision agent. So if I just do direct to LNM backend generator UI. Yeah, so I think I will rather write my own thing from scratch. I don't think this is working. Let me just say slides here. Let's say just uh, okay. Let me just put testing here because I'm just testing at the moment. With let's just put testing. Get post. Let's also put options here, and let's just remove this thing. Okay, now let's go to Copilot chart. We need this. No, this that should be already there. We need this, and we don't need this. Don't need this. We can come back to this later. I need this. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, this is fine. We can forget this for the time being. Let's just check this one for Azure OpenAI. I think I need to include OpenAI from here. Okay, now let's go to their documentation. So this is how they say you have to define your test your implementation with Copilot runtime. Okay, let's go here. Here is Copilot runtime. We have Copilot runtime here. MCP server is fine. I don't need MCP servers at the moment, so it's fine. Okay, 1 second, let me install Prettier. And why it's not working? Okay, and let's say they are saying you have to do it like this now. And okay, now why is it? But this is not an annotation, right? let's figure this out later, I think. Okay, let's figure this out later. And they just say test your implementation. Like, seriously, man, who wrote this documentation? Where do I give this runtime now? Like, seriously. Okay, you have this, you have, I created the runtime. Let's just export this and it will handle it automatically, I think. OpenAI deployments, base URL, default query, default headers. Okay, let's go here. User model, adapter model, size is JMS graph. This I will do later. Suggestions. Okay. Testing. Okay. So we have runtime, but we don't have an adapter at the moment. So how this it adapter, service adapter. There is services adapter here. Okay, let's just put service adapter here directly. OpenAI adapter is OpenAI adapter in this Copilot chat runtime. So Copilot kit runtime, OpenAI adapter, OpenAI, which is Azure AI for our case. Let's just say this testing and okay, looks good. I think this should work. Okay, let's go to our front end. Copilot, let's go to test pilot. I will change this to testing. Copilot is extension, this is fine. Okay, I think this should work. Okay, let's go to PowerPoint. Failed to load runtime information /it/info update runtime connection. Okay. Okay, it says connected, not it says load failed. Okay, let's just do a reload. Just saying connected. Okay, let's wait. Access controls. Why they are showing you an access control 3005? Get post Copilot chat. This is not allowed by man. Why is this due to access controls? 303570. Okay, let me check course for this. Course is everything they have. Okay, let's just put this so that, but let's go to testing and let's see if this is get. We do this. Let me restart the server. Okay, let's just reload. Nothing happening as such. Okay, let me just remove the options because that might change. Yeah, so now it is executing. Okay, I think it connected. Total event 0. What happened? I don't know. Let's just do hi. No, nothing happening. Okay. Okay, let's see. We want to reload this. State is empty. This is empty. AGUI talks. I think they have done different. Mm-hmm. I don't know what is happening here. Everything seems like okay. Okay, what I gonna do is I gonna reset our entire Copilot chat to way it was before without lang graph and everything. If I'm able to do it. I think this is the yeah, let's just I wanted to remove this too. I should have taken let's just uh, okay, let's go to testing again. I don't know how they want me to add agents and all. Okay, this guy, I think I saw this video some time back and he said HTTP is a GUI client and is using service adapter experimental empty adapter. In the Copilot runtime, he is adding agents now. Actions is here. Save tool, cache, get tools. Okay, let me just do a few things. Let me remove LangChain completely. Let me also remove this. Let me also remove this. And let me okay. Let me do this npmi. Okay, he's saying agents. Now this is code the Copilot Kit runtime. Let's just remove this. And minute. Go to Copilot runtime. Let's go here and let's go to testing. Let's go to agents. Yeah, now we have agents, by the way. This guy is saying that you have to put agents. The promise non-record string. I think it's an object. It's an object. Let's put in this. HTTP agent is fine. This is front end. Yes, it says React core slash v2, which is use agent. It says use agent. Okay, I don't know. Like, where is this protocol thing? Docs. Docs.agui.com. Man. Yeah, this is some kind of different. AGUI. Protocol SDK uses a streaming event with architecture with strong foundation, contextual state, events, lifecycle states, types. MCT protocol, building blocks, today and upcoming needs, AGUI in action, supported integration, direct to LLM supported. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. Partnerships. I'm not looking for partnerships. Man, why this has made so complicated? Okay. I don't not need this. For this is this long graph. Let me just remove this entire thing for now. Okay, let's just choose this. Okay, let me restart this server. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's go to PowerPoint. Let's just do a restart node. It says default is idle. An error occurred, an error occurred, an error. There is only one agent. This is not working. Okay, let's try again with Copilot chat. I think this was the one that was working. Just reload. There's no event still. Okay. Runtime. Okay. So default after runtime sync. Pilot chat. No agents resist verify your info or dev. Let me do restart here again. Mhm. But so it says it's connected, but there's no event. Let's say if I just say hi here. Mm, what is the value of pi? Let's say, okay, this is working. I don't know why this is okay. 140, 144 messages. Okay, so this, I think Copilot chat is working fine now. This is at least good progress somehow. And okay, so what I'm gonna do is I will uh, now start the integration of PowerPoint with this Copilot kit, and let's see how that goes. Uh, Fortunately, we have been able, like we have able to get this working, and I think events also is working fine. There's no error. Looks fine to me. So agents and 10 tools. Cool. Context and appear here and look context. So there is only one agent. Cool. Uh I will start with this. No. Okay, I'm just 1 second. Okay, I will come back in 1 minute. I have to grab some water and I will come back. Okay, I sorry. I had to take mini breaks. Uh, okay, so some progress is that our uh, this thing is working. Okay, one thing they said that now they use thread ID, and if I reload it, uh, the conversation agent not found. Okay, yeah, so it is storing this. I don't know why sometimes it gives me an error, a weird one. Yeah, so even if I reload it, it goes and come back from the same state, which is good. Now, now, few things here. How do I add like a clear button here? Copilot is here. Let me just do this. Debug. And find this and that. Okay. Uh, this looks fine to me at the moment, but let's do one thing. Uh, I want and have to give the context now. And now it's gone. Let me give it to this and say when I reload the page, it sometimes give me an error that in if check test pilot and copilot chat copilot chat.js. Okay, okay, restart your backend server. Let me restart this again. But anyway, why is it in Stop stage. Mm-hmm. Let me start this and restart the PowerPoint. And let's see now. Okay. Again, it is in this stage. Let's check this. Finish connecting. It's not connecting. Oh, nothing is happening. What did you remove? Let's go to their video. What was this guy doing? This is front end. This is also front end. Okay, this is something I can. What is not required also? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Why this is happening? Go to access controls. Why this is happening? Let me restart this. Let me put this again in the env and let me restart this and let's go to PowerPoint. Live connection. There's no event. Okay, let's just do hello. Current message. Yeah, it looks good. Let's just do reload again. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't, but it's fine. Let's just continue working on this. Okay. Next I need to do is so now they say use agent hook. They have show running status, working with state. Agent expose this state to the agent server. This state is shared between your application and the agent. Both can read and modify it. Exit your agent's current state. Updating state. This is fine. Available events on custom event run event rendering tool calls. Custom feel and look is fine. I'm not concerned about this. You can empower your Copilot to execute tools using the hook to define specific this. Okay. Um, let's just use this and use front end tool. Let's go to test of honest, use front end. Why is my okay? What I will do is I will restart my entire thing. I don't think this is working fine, so let me just restart this thing. Okay, let me restart Visual Studio Code. Okay, I think it got a new life. And let me open this add-in now. Okay, and let me increase this. Okay, so let's say use and why use front end tool, tool name console log. Console message string. Okay, let's just use front end tool. How do I give this to man? They don't have good, or I am feeling odd using this. So they have this, or okay, I think this is in hook. Let's just restart. Okay, npm run dev server. No, let's just go to backend. Restart. Okay, now I need to do ngrok here. HTTP send 071. Sorry, then let's go to our env. Let's change this. And let me start the server. npm run that server. Okay, let's just try again. Null is not use Copilot. Contextual Copilot dot subscribe. What really happened? Okay, let me restart this. I'm not sure what this error is. Null is not an object. I have no clue what this means. Let me just remove this supposedly. If this is an error coming from this, yeah, I think this is an error coming from. Okay. Runtime connection established. Why is it still this? No idea, but it's fine. If I add this, yeah, there's an error. Gotta subscribe. When adding this code, it gives me an error. Null is not an object. Evaluating context.curl subscribe. Okay, it says it has to be in the Copilot provider. Okay. Okay. So it has to be like this, front end tools. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Let's do a reload. Not sure why sometimes it's happened this. Agent default not found. says connected, but I think something is really odd. Check and evaluate the Copilot chart to ensure we are setting that up correctly, because sometimes we get an error of default agent not found, or uh, or the chat doesn't load. I think we are still missing something in here, which I don't know. These guys, HTTP and exchange next to server, experimental empty adapter. You can use this. You can use any service adapter here for multi-agent support. We use the empty adapter since we are only using one agent. If I use experimental empty adapter, okay, I think it's still the same thing. Something happened. It says executed. Okay. Log in the console. Hello world. Okay, it was done. Good. Now we have use render tool here. Why is it still showing me this? Okay, has been logged to the console. I think either my network is slow or something is not right with this setup. Okay, let's just reload this. Then agent not found again. And then sometimes it just gives direct response, and but it says agent not found. Let's just use Claude. I still sometimes get an error that agent was not found. Okay, let's see. It removed our front end tools, by the way, which is fine. It's on your back end and front end. Let me start the back end. Okay, let's just do a reload. Something is off. Yes. Now they got the connection and now it received the request. I don't know if ngrok is not working correctly. Let's say hello here. So it's saying, "Oh, I have started this." and it hasn't even reached my Azure function. Now it has, and it has, and it says now. I think it's a problem with uh, if I manage to change this to, let's say, 7071. Let's I say that my environment is localhost 7071. I think it might not work because they require uh, HTTPS routes, which I know they do, but let's see. Okay, okay, let me restart this, and let's insert element. Yeah, do access controls check. Can we fix this for debugging purposes from the ppt rtem? Restart the webpack, then so restart it running your flow. Ask. Okay, let's just restart. Let's just restart this. Let's just say debug. Okay, let's say restart. Again, the same problem, man. It's the same thing happening. Yeah, I think it's a blockade by Microsoft only. But I still just give it once more. It's trying to consider using the web proxy, which means the vendor wants to restart or there was a as which bypass button. Let me fix this. Okay, what did you put? Okay, we'll now go to this. Let's just restart. Okay, looks like it went through. Yeah, I think it went fine. And let's just say hello. Yeah, it is much faster now. I think ngrok was the issue. Let me restart this again. Yeah, and it was too much faster. Okay. I think I will save this how he did it so that I can use it later on in my other projects. Index.js. Okay. He did a proxy here. Secure false. And we need to do course here. Course is fine. I think it was just the proxy thing that I have to do. Okay. Makes sense. So we are good now. And let's let's keep this and let's just remove this. Okay, let's include front end tools and let's do a restart and do a console log of hello world. Now let's do an inspect element. Now do a console. One second. Front end tools, console log. Oh, very good. Cool. Now, let's just in the Copilot, let's me create. I think I will create folder here, or I will say front end tools that we will use for our purposes. Now, let's say, okay, tool renderer. It was export default false. Import react. Let's just say, oh, where is this? This export default function. Let me do this. Use front end tool, and let me just update it here. Okay. Now, I will recheck if this is the only tools they have. Use front end cool. This is fine. Human in the loop. Copilot readable. This we will use. Allow you to provide knowledge to your application state. Okay. Additional instructions. I will use Copilot chat, append message. This is I'm not using. Suggestions is fine. Just use co agent. I need to think if we want to use this. A state renderer allows you to render state of the agent in the chat. This we might use. There is our perplexity con where render the progress of an agent's internet search as it's happening around and how to build it using this demo. Okay. Yeah, I think I will use this most likely. This is not required, and this is use Copilot action use render for okay, this is deprecated. So default is the rendering of a default which catches any tool that doesn't have a specific renderer. Okay, this is we don't need. Use agent is fine. So use front end tool, use render tool is fine. Human, this is we will the state we will provide. Additional instructions is fine. And straight render we need to do. Do. Okay. Tools that we will be using. Use front end tool. Use Copilot readable. Use Copilot additional instructions. And we will use this also. Suggestions we might use, but that's fine for now. Okay. Pop up and all, and this is fine. Input is fine. Okay. Front end tools. Yeah. So now once we are fine with this, now we need to define our front end tools for our PPT. We need to define all our front end tools that the user, not the users, sorry, that the agent can call in respect to the PPT for its modification and other scenarios. uh, Extract all tools from slide.js and zod.schema.js into frontend tools for the AI agent. Okay, let's do this. I think this will take time. Let's just see. To understand the tools that need to be exposed. Yeah, check the PV in order to see what other extraction or might be available. I don't know how to manage multiple changes um, based on. So this will most likely put every function in here But my problem is, if supposedly anyone wants to say that I want to add um mhm, okay, so if it just says that okay, I just want one picture to be added in the current slide, how this will do that? Console log is fine. Get slide schema, extract complete schema, get selected, create slide from JSON, valid size, and create slide JSON. Okay. I don't think this is the best way to do this because these are very, very huge. How will the agent uh, okay, let me just put it here that do you think this is the best way to provide tools to the agent wherein there could be multiple scenarios, multiple individual scenarios, uh, there will be multiple individual scenarios which require which will require DOM, which will require PPT manipulation using Office JS. Plan and tell me as a senior developer the best way to provide tools to the agent for our scenario. Yeah, so that exactly. Yes, revamp slash refactor the entire front end tools to helps to provide user intent based complete tools to the agent without being API specific. However, the user intent tools should be able to manipulate the PPT slash slide using the Office JS. Okay, let's wait for this. And the thing is, now if I say that I want to add a shape or I want to add a text, instead of going through entire API, uh, the agent will be able to do this uh, directly with a tool call. Okay, let's wait for this. And it's taking a lot of time. I think it's writing a lot of code. Let's wait. Okay, just did 764. And text and shape, add icon, add image to slides, luxury create new slide. Okay, this is fine, but make sure that we are covering every case from slide.js in our tools and their edge cases. Okay, while this is happening, let me go to the PowerPoint here. Just do here a reload. Okay, add a text in the slide. Let me just do a console log ppt. I just want to be a little cautious before I do that. Yeah, it didn't work. I think there still console? No, there's no console log here. Okay, Let me wait for this to complete. Use front-end tools, use front-end tools. Okay, 500 new things that it was added. Okay, just do a reload again. Summarizing. Let's say add a text to slide. Hello world. Okay, it added hello world, but it's created a new slide. I don't know why. Okay, I will check this. Let's just say there's no errors. Let me get okay. Uh, can you write about the history of Taj Mahal in the PPT? This are these are small tests I'm trying to do. Yeah, so this is working fine, I think, but I need to provide it instructions on how to create good slides now. Let's work on this. That says I have done table, text box, metric shape, call out. This. One thing is I will say please add a add a tool for getting information about the selected object slash shape if the user has selected something. Okay, I will be back in 1 minute. This is coming back. Okay, sorry. And okay, it has been added. Now, since this is done, oh no. So what I will do is I will give it to chat gpt and say that okay, review and check like a senior developer the tools mentioned in front end tools to make sure that they encapsulate all user intents, like how a user would make a ppt. Mm, all user intents, that they encapsulate user intents, like how a user would make a ppt. And as per the ms docs for office js and slide.js. Yeah, so what is happening is I have given it to ChatGPT to do a review and check of this entire thing, so that it reviews the code written by Claude to make sure that it's good. It doesn't have anything bad on it. Okay, is solid also user intent, the gig guys more 10 12 selection gap. Okay, now let's say one, let me say that okay, I'd say the history of Eiffel Tower, and let me just select this, and I would say that okay, there's no clear button here. It's fine. Can you write a paragraph for the selected text in PPT? Okay, it created a new one. Yeah, it's okay. Mine's working fine. It's working good, I think. But whenever it's adding in a new slide, which I think is fine. I think I will do is I will give a button here saying that whether you want to override the existing slide or you want to create a new one for anything that Copilot does. I think that would be better. And mhm, okay, okay. I think use front end tool is fine. Okay, add all the required tools to make it production ready. Okay, while this is happening, one thing I saw was backend and front end data. Learn how to connect your data to Copilot. From your Copilot to best your answer, you will need to provide with the context specific, user specific, and oftentimes real time data. Makes it so to do so. The kernel hook is used to add data as context to the Copilot. So if you import this from here, readable. Okay, so this is how we can give data, but how backend data. Now you define actions otherwise that can be called by the be understanding this is securely binding the action as a tool to your LNM of choice. Okay, so they are saying you can use the input parameters of the action to export different backend actions to the Copilot at different times. URL is the current URL on the front-end application. Properties contains customer that you pass from the front-end application. Fetch username. Okay, this is something integration with knowledge available via enterprise layer. Knowledge bases. Okay. See, for the knowledge bases, we have vector store also. So I think I might not use it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Test doing apply slide JSON to current slide. Slide 3, create shape, create image, create graphic. Okay, let's wait for this to complete. Basically, we are giving tools to the Copilot so that it can call it directly. And it add one more tool here, the apply slide JSON to current slide. Okay. And it added more functions. Export presentation. Extract slide as template. Import slide from URL. Okay. Let's just do a reload and let's see, write something about the, okay, wait, let's just wait, adding more things. Update the shape processes. Okay. Okay, let's just choose system instructions. Okay, just do a once test. Okay, let's just go here. Copilot kit, system instructions. System, how to override the default system message. Your page allow you to add content or whatever you want. The application state. If you're pending with the prompt is not done, you have other options for every other prompt. Passing the instructions and another way to customize the AM behavior compatible with performance. Default system message. Okay. I want to change the behavior now. Okay, it has done a lot of things now. Before I do that, I want to first change the behavior. I want agent to work like a proper PPT agent and create beautiful, engaging slides slash content for the user. For this, it's important that we change the behavior of the AI with instructions. Refer to the below doc and add relevant instructions slash system message for the AI. Okay. Okay, so we have instructions now. PPT instructions. we will be having done this thing. We will do this thing. State renderer is something I need to figure out next because I want to see what is happening. It will be important. Okay, let's skip this. Let's just do a reload. Okay. Can you create a slide on the on the Constitution of India? Is it calling it many times? Let me just refresh this. Yeah, something is happening. Let me check network. Okay, I will fix this. The Constitution of India. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And look. Okay. I think this is good enough. I don't know how we will create images or graphics, but it's fine. It's looking good. Okay, and let's add use Copilot agent renderer here now, and let's say where is agent renderer? I think it's in, yeah, so I have agent coagent renderer. Can we incorporate mirror for showing different states as per this doc, which is that's fine. I think I will change this a little bit. I think this is good to start with, but let's just make them better. Let's make them better further. Add the to both Discord and Copilot, and also add state tracking to the front end tools. Okay, good. But I don't want this here, but it's fine. So it's added use agent state. Okay, good. Okay, and let's go to here. So it says Copilot record your agent state. Okay, agent state renderer. And I think the last part would be to have this. I think Markdown is fine. I'm not really concerned about Markdown at the moment. This part is use Copilot readable. Like what kind of information that you want to give to the agent, that a slide that the person is slide and some part of information of the PPT that the user is working on. I think this is good from a starting point. I think for production level, we have to make this better. Constrain the fact that you have to take into consideration all the um, factors of how a person would create PPT and how he or she would use the actual Copilot or this slide hero to create PPT. So I think that will be important. Let's just wait for this to complete. Yeah, I think instead of doing this, it says that it monitors current slide every 5 seconds. Can tell, but didn't stand apart design principle. Set a proper visual hierarchy and spacing provides and this and that. So I will remove this 5 second one and this and all back to system is customized. Okay. I think instructions might change if the user wants to do changes on the current slide only or it wants to create a new slide. That is my guess. And with that we will be able to is test pilot. Yeah, so if we add this use Copilot readable, then we don't need that 5 second loop of having this getting looped every 5 seconds. Yeah, like this monitor can slide every 5 seconds or something, because we will hook this up. Okay, let's just do a build. I think it will work fine. One thing I need to check is also on our Copilot chat. We are using MS Graph. Suggestion adapter is fine. We are using this MS Graph OpenAI adapter. And let's go here. And this has also a lot of things in it. Okay. Okay. Agent state implementation. Good, it has written this. I will try to check next time the build process is ready to provide visual feedback. You can add more state emissions to other tools using the. Okay, I will add that later. Let's just do a reload here. And can you add slide for the uh, for history of Delhi? Okay. And somehow I couldn't see anything for the. Okay, I'm not happy with how it's creating slides at the moment. Let me give it to PPT, chat GPT, and let's just keep this entire code. And I want you to review and check PPT instructions to change it to something like how McKinsey or other big companies would create slides for different topics. We need to make it something, we need to make it something that appeals to the people and use different objects slash shapes in the slide for slide. Okay. Chat GPT is better in logical reasoning, by the way, so let me just use this. Okay. Let me remove this. The thing is, uh, okay, sorry guys, I have to take this call 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Playbook financial order and you should copy to match the news. Tweak the Copilot. Yes, tweak the initial message. 1 minute, guys. Okay, sorry guys. Let's just go back here. Create a consulting style slide on the benefits of digital transformation. Okay, oh man, it's not that level at the moment the way it should be. I've only been able to reach here. See, it could be the reason that we are not using a good model at the back end. I can change this to default model. This again, it's not even used here. Or is it used? Model, where is the model that you use? Okay, there it has file search, instructions. I think this has to change. Instructions and also this and this and this. Okay. I think okay. I think this is what I think we can make it better, but I need to do some research. I think the tech part and the integration part seems okay, but let's see if it gets 8 tool calls and all. Okay, I think this looks fine. This is good start, but I think for creating an actual PPT or an actual slide, I think we need to do it better. Hmm. And okay, let me just, for my testing purposes, and testing we are not using, let's just go to Copilot chat. Okay, let me just do a breakup here. Just say hello. It is just executed. Yeah, so something is not right. Just say hi there. Yeah, we are here. Just say Cosmos. No, let's just say this. Let me just stay here. Yeah. What is the request time? Request type is unknown. Yeah, this is going to the suggestion adapter then. How are we getting request type? This is the body. Agent ID is default. User ID is this. Tools. We have a lot of tools. Thread ID is this. Run ID is this. So parameters is this. This says agent slash run is the method. Okay, let me do one thing is, I think it will go to the service adapter. Sorry, yeah, the suggestion adapter. Okay, instead of doing this, let me say, that, okay, let's just use this as a default. Let's just do this. So we have one adapter. Let's just say debug anyway. Okay, let's say hello. So we got default Cosmos here at MCP servers. Tool name we don't know, which is fine. Oh yeah, so now we are going into actual this part, and let me check this. So we are giving our own instructions here, which we should not, and everything. Yeah, so let's stay here. Let's just put one more high. Let me remove this, and let's just do this. Okay, it just came back. Okay, cool. I will do more debugging and read a little more documentation on this, and I will come back. I think this is good as a starting point. I think the next should be how we can make this better or beautify it. Basically, either we get templates or we give it some kind of a way to make it really, really better. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. This was my part on integrating Copilot which I think has been done this time, but I think we just need to make it better. In the next stream, I will try to do it better. Cool. Thank you.